They laughed when I arrived by bus and told me the maid's room was all I deserved. The marble floor of Sterling Manor echoed as I pulled my suitcase inside. My brother's laugh cut through the silence, slow, mocking, practiced. "This place used to mean something," he said, adjusting his luxury watch. "Now look at you." The mansion still looked grand, but only from a distance. Cracks hid behind chandeliers. The carpets were worn, thin. The glory was borrowed, just like there. "Money, the guest rooms are for important people." He smirked. "You'll stay upstairs. Old maid's quarters." I didn't argue. I didn't react. My phone vibrated quietly in my pocket. My mother swept in moments later, pearls tight around her neck. "The bank meeting is in an hour," she said coldly. "Try not to embarrass us." I took the bus, I replied. That did it. A bus. The word alone felt like an insult to them. They didn't know the truth. They never bothered to ask. As I climbed the narrow servant staircase, I looked out at the dying gardens and smiled, because the house they were so desperate to savour was already mine. They said I destroyed the family empire. What they didn't know, I rebuilt it in silence. The tiny room smelled of dust and neglect, just like their respect for me. I placed my bag down as my phone lit up. Property transfer complete. Sterling Manor now owned by Shell Entity B. I exhaled slowly. Downstairs, they blamed me for everything. The failing company. The unpaid mortgages. The foreclosure hanging over their heads. "Your father would be ashamed," my brother said later, loud enough for me to hear. What none of them realized was this: every failed investment, every lost client, had quietly followed me. 5 years ago, they pushed me out during my father's funeral, called me emotional, unfit to lead. So I disappeared. And while they partied, borrowed, and wasted, I built an empire under a different name, another Buzz. You are now officially their landlord. Forbes interview confirmed. Net worth, $2.8 billion. Tomorrow would be unforgettable. They expected foreclosure papers. Instead, they met my lawyer. The living room felt tense when the bank representatives arrived early. My family tried to ignore me until I sat down. "I think I should stay," I said calmly. The grandfather clock struck the hour. The banker began. "Due to overdue payments, the bank has no choice but..." "Actually," a firm voice interrupted. My attorney stepped inside. "This meeting is unnecessary." She placed documents on the table. "All mortgages have been cleared." Silence. "The property is now owned by Phoenix Global Investments." My brother laughed nervously. "Never heard of them." "You wouldn't have," I said. Standing, we worked quietly. My mother's face drained of color. The screen lit up. Global Properties, Tech Ventures, Energy Projects. Total valuation, $2.8 billion. "The strategies you called outdated?" I continued. "I used them while you mortgaged this house to fund your lifestyle." The banker cleared his throat. "The estate legally belongs to Miss Sterling." That was the moment they understood. They weren't losing their house. They already had. Didn't throw them out. I did. Something worse, I gave them a choice. My executive team entered behind me. "We'll discuss tenancy agreements now." My brother exploded. "This is our home." "It was," I corrected. "They could stay under conditions. Jobs. Rent. No waste. No parties. No pretending. Or they could leave with personal items only. Everything else belonged to my company now. The maids' quarters are available," I added softly, "or modest apartments in the city." The silence was heavier than anger. As renovations began, I climbed the main staircase, not the servant stairs. The mansion would become something real. A training center, a technology hub, a place built on impact, not image. They had taught me what power looked like. Now they were learning what it costs.